Carla Squatrito immigrated to Connecticut from Italy in 1968. Through sheer determination, entrepreneurial skills, and her passion for sharing authentic Italian cuisine, she built Carla's Pasta into one of the most successful pasta companies in America.
It's just a wonderful story. She was an icon in our business, whether at the distributor level or at a customer level, wherever she went.
I was born into my mother being in charge, so it's a very natural thing to me that female leadership, that inspirational thing came from her. So I'm used to a matriarchal house. I'm surprised when other people aren't.
Carla Maloney was born in Turin, Italy in 1941 during World War II. She was an only child, so when her mother died when Carla was 17, she took over cooking meals for the family. Growing up in war-torn Italy led to Carla's appreciation of good food for the rest of her life.
Growing up, I was taught to respect the food and to use all the food and not waste. The meals were quite simple and well prepared.
After graduating from high school in 1960, Carla took accounting classes and worked full-time at an advertising agency. While on vacation in Connecticut in 1967, Carla met her future husband, Dominic Squatrito, a Yale Law School graduate.
A year later, he came to visit, and so he asked me to marry him, and I said yes. And not understanding that was a big adjustment and a big changes, and we came here, 1968. People didn't think that my mistakes in English and my accent was that charming at all. And I felt always kind of outside. That prepared me for the business as a woman, no question about it.
Carla and Dominic had two sons, Sandro in 1969 and Sergio in 1974. Carla wanted to prepare authentic Italian meals for her family, but had trouble finding the right ingredients.
There was really not much in the marketplace that you could go get. So she started a store.
Carla officially opened Pasta Italiana in 1978.
She had fresh-cut pasta, she had fresh-made ravioli, pesto sauce, she had soups, she had sauces, she had all this stuff that you could not, it didn't exist.
The real goal was to change the idea of the Italian food and produce something that was a different standard.
Next thing we knew, restaurants were coming in to buy stuff. She decided to open up a factory.
In 1982, Carla opened a 6,000 square foot USDA-approved facility in Manchester, Connecticut.
We needed somebody to go and do the sales.
Jack and Jean, and then Jack later on, helped us get this unbelievable bedrock of support. First in Connecticut.
The first thing that we realized was how innovative she was. She was creating products that people didn't even know they wanted yet, like agnolotti, things like saccatini. She would not compromise on any ingredient at all.
Then we spread to all of New England, and then we went into New York State, and then from there, we spread across the country.
It was a male industry for the most part, even in our segment of the industry, and it was very unusual for a woman to create what she created.
If I was with another salesperson, they will never talk to me. They talk to the men, because that was the thing. So it was kind of pretty annoying, but I had been prepared by the coming here.
So the way that my mom would handle that was to make sure that when people were there, and she would very politely just make it understood that she was Carla, and that it was her building, it was her recipes.
Carla's two sons started working for their mother's company at a very young age.
She always said less was more. You have to have a few ingredients. Everything needs to be simple, authentic, and right.
In 2002, Carla's Pasta moved into a much larger facility in South Windsor, Connecticut, to keep up with Carla's innovative new products, production technologies, and sales.
And then in 2013, we added on 30,000 square feet, and in 2017, another 40,000 square feet. So at Carla's Pasta at their peak in 2017 was the largest provider of frozen pasta in the United States.
Working at Carla's was like a family. Some of them at the end had been there 25, 35 years.
When employees got married, or when employees bought a house, or when employees had kids that graduated from high school or college, it was an extra check.
For over 4 decades, Carla's Pasta won many noteworthy sales and innovation awards. Carla Squatrito was honored with Italy's prestigious Piemontese del Mondo Award for her business acumen and charitable giving. Connecticut Public Broadcasting produced a documentary about Carla's impressive career in 2017. Then everything changed in 2020.
This pandemic came out of nowhere. In food service, it was like a door slammed shut. Our business just stopped.
All of a sudden, there's no customers, there's no restaurants, there's no big feedings, there's no stadiums.
It was a tough time. This happened at the same time that I lost my husband, which is...
In February of 2021, Carla's Pasta was sold through a bankruptcy auction.
It was devastating for all of us. Many companies didn't get through.
These 43 years in the pasta business have been very difficult and very exhilarating. The biggest joy is to get together with the family.
All 5 grandchildren are daughters, and they've been raised to think that they run the world. And they think that everything is possible and nothing can stop them.
Her dedication to food has really inspired me to go forward with food in my life, and growing up in the kitchen with her, I'm going to become a pastry chef and try to carry on what she did.
She led the way for our generation and for future generations of women to stand their ground and fight for the causes that they want to fight for and to produce what they want to produce, and that it can be possible to be that successful as a woman.
Getting old is not a great thing, but the grandchildren are the best thing in the whole world. It's been a full life.